Hi there, welcome to Cross Cultural. My name is Alex, and today I am here to react to a video titled Mysterious Lights Spotted at the Kailash. I don't know what the Kailash is, but I guess we're going to find out. I want to say in advance, please excuse any background noise. My dog is going a little bit crazy in here, throwing around his stuffed chicken. So, yeah, maybe I'll introduce him to you one day. Anyway, let's dive into this video and see what these mysterious lights are about, because I'm curious to see whether it's anything like something that we have in Australia, which is called Min Min lights. But yeah, I'll talk to you about those a bit more later on. We'll watch the video first.
Hit that bell icon to be notified about the highlights of India's smartest podcast, The Ranveer Show. This is TRS Clips. One thing I want to ask you is the physiological changes that you spoke about. Like even when you've spoken about the Mahagoris in this book, the higher level of Agoris. I mean, I am going to reveal one detail here. You've revealed how they were much taller than the average person.
Right.
And you're not the first spiritual person that's spoken to me about taller individuals. And when I'm saying tall, it's not 6'3". It is 8 feet, 9 feet tall. I actually was talking to someone we just spoke about before this podcast.
Yes.
I don't want to name the person.
Sure.
Because the person is sort of like famous. He told me that on one of his spiritual expeditions in the Himalayas, deep into the Himalayas, when he went on this deep trek, there was a moment where they were camping on sort of a mountain top. They were on their way to their location. I think they were going to the lakes, which are said to be the last place that the Pandavas were at in this realm.
Correct.
You know the story about how the Pandavas in the Mahabharata,
yes.
how they die out. They walk up to a certain mountain,
Correct.
and then on the way to the top, one of them dies at a time.
Right.
So he was going up to the final lake where it is said that Yudhishthir passed away. So on the way to that lake, they stopped. They were camping. He said that it was so cold there that most of them slept by 7 p.m. At around 11 p.m. or 12 a.m., he woke up because he needed to use the washroom. There's no washroom around, so you're supposed to like do your thing in nature. So while he was like basically urinating, he in a distance he saw these really tall figures, 9 feet tall, 10 feet tall.
What? Really?
While he was telling me the
Wow.
story, he said that I've never told too many people this story because it seems crazy. But they were wearing darker robes. They were also walking the same path of that particular location.
Wow.
And the only reason he brought it up was because I was telling him about your book.
Okay.
I was telling him about the Mahagoris and how they were 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall.
Yes.
First question to you is that have you ever encountered people like that who are physiologically different? And secondly, what specifically makes them physiologically so different according to you?
Okay. Let me start by disappointing you with one answer, which is that I'm not allowed to reveal a few things.
No, sure, okay. No, it doesn't.
Wow, okay.
Because when I
That's
met these two Agoris, they revealed to me while they were talking to me about Mahagoris. When I say Mahagoris, those who are advanced. They told me a few things about them, and in fact, how I can't cross this
Sure.
line because
no problem, sir.
but I can say one thing, that there are these entities. I'll give you a very simple example. If you go to China, for example, you'll find that the height of the Chinese on an average is a little shorter, right? You go to Europe, you'll find that Europeans are typically taller. I hope you agree with me, right? Because
Northern Europeans,
Germans,
yeah.
very tall. So different places on earth, you'll also have, if you go to Africa, there are these tribes in the savannas. They're very tall, 6 feet, and they're very lanky, tall and lanky. In the Himalayas, there are certain monks who are, and that's probably why the person you're referring to must have had that encounter. I did have an encounter, but not in the Himalayas. But again, I cannot reveal more because it was given to me as a way to see them at a point in time. But I can tell you one thing, that there are these people who are physiologically different, okay? And they will not make themselves seen. So you might even be there in the location, but you may not see them. Who will see them are people who are very advanced, who have reached a point in their sadhana where they will not be all that stuff.
Got it.
imagine if I were to actually see without any background, I'll just fall, I'll faint to see an 8-footer or a 9-footer, these people. So, but there are. And let me go one step beyond. When I was at Kailash, Mansarover, and I haven't really shared this I can share. It's not about the entities, but I can tell you one thing that, people ask me sometimes, do you believe in aliens? And I say, I've seen alien beings at the Mansarover. When I went with my guru, there was one point where I was seated on the banks of Mansarover, and there were others who went back to the tents. And this was something I've kept because sometimes I'll be called crazy for that. The good part is I'm already crazy, so I'm okay with that. But I saw these twinkling lights, okay, and they were not like the lights coming out of a spaceship or something. They were these stars, twinkling stars, very close to the lake. And I told you even offline that you should go to Mansarover to just feel the alienish aspects there. And I saw some of them literally dropping into the water.
Wow.
Now, to me, it is as unbelievably amazing as me. Like I said, I can't share too much, but about those beings, those 8 feet, 9 feet people. And there are these dimensions, Ranveer, which are much beyond our intellectual abilities to understand.
Yeah.
And for the fear of being misunderstood as crazy or kuch satak gaya hai, some of us, we don't talk about it. Here I'm sharing it in the context that yes, there are these people who are advanced, who meditate only, and their entire purpose of living is very different. You meet any sannyasi, any yogi, you will not, unless you're spiritually bent, you will not connect with the person.
So very interesting on so many levels. I wonder if, I gather that this is quite a different thing that he is discussing. I don't know exactly what it is though. It's kind of difficult for me to grasp, but I wonder if it has some relation with, there's talk about really tall beings or entities in other parts of the world as well, and really sort of mysterious, like Bigfoot and Yetis in the Himalayas. And in Australia we have something called a Yowie. I think that's an Aboriginal word. It's like a really mysterious, very shy, very tall creature that not many people see, but they're out there. I certainly believe that there are things hiding in the wilderness on this planet that I don't think that the number of different people that have come up with this, having seen these things, I don't think they're made up. I think they're real. And the same goes for aliens. There's no doubt in my mind that aliens are a real thing. I think it's only a matter of time before we discover that for ourselves, and I suspect that time is actually coming quite soon. But that's a whole other thing. So the lights, though, that was interesting too. It does sound different to what I mentioned at the start of this video. In Australia we have something called min lights, and they have been documented certainly since European settlement here, and I believe that the Aboriginals discuss min lights as well. In fact, the Aboriginal spirituality is quite a deep and fascinating subject all on its own. And they believe that our waking life is actually our dream life, and that our real life happens when we're asleep. It's the dreaming. But the min lights are still around, and every now and again you'll hear a story from someone in the press who's been out driving on a lonely country road at night, and they're being basically chased by these lights. Like, if they speed up, then the light speeds up, and if they slow down, then the light slows down, and it really freaks them out. I heard a great story about a guy who had this experience somewhere out on the Nullarbor or something like that, and he was chased by this light for a really long time. At first he thought maybe it was a train on a railway line just sort of off in the field next to the highway that he was on, but it wasn't that. So ultimately he pulled into a roadhouse like really late at night and dashed inside to the restaurant where there were a whole stack of truckers just taking a break, and they took one look at him, and one of them said, "Have you seen some lights, mate?" True story, apparently. My brother told me this story, somebody he knew. So yeah, the Min Min lights are still alive and well and happening in Australia. There are so many mysteries that we haven't solved about the planet that we live on, and you know, that our whole existence is so questionable. When you get into quantum science and all that kind of thing, it's just like, oh, it's mind-blowing. Anyway, if you like this video, please do hit the like button, please subscribe to Cross Cultural, and please share this video with your friends, and we will see you back here again really soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.